So I recently just got done a cut. And I maxed, and it's always tragic to see, your numbers pre-cut versus cut. And so I lost 22 pounds, so I was at 172 for this video, and you'll see. How to build a bench past probably like 285, 275, because after that it becomes a lot more tedious. It becomes a lot more strategic in how your training is, and it becomes every little minute detail becomes that much more important when you're dealing with heavier weight. You increase your chances of injury, you can hurt yourself, which is injury. There's a lot of factors that come into play that you need to dial in order to one, lift safely, and two, expand your max. My name is Ethan Brown. I'm the owner of Swole Fitness. You can find us at swolefit.us. You can find me on Instagram at the Ethan Brown. So the first topic I'm going to cover in order to build your bench is your training program. And the best way to do this is to look at other modalities and find out what their goal is, and then kind of associate yourself with them for the time being in order to reach your goal. So you're thinking of building strength, building power, powerlifting. You want to look at how powerlifters train. Powerlifters train in singles, doubles, triples, and maybe up to 5. And that's the rep range that you want to be in for each set. With that, when you're training lower reps and higher weight, you're really, really training your central nervous system and the muscle to get better at handling and managing stronger weight. So when you're training with singles, doubles, triples up to 5, there's a lot of things that need to come into play. One, you need to have great form. Your form needs to be immaculate. Not immaculate because you'll get better at it, but you want to start really dialing on your form. So the biggest mistake I have, or people have, and a mistake that I had, was not driving through your legs. Driving through your legs generates so much force, and if you start getting that down, you're going to jump your weight up quite a bit, because there's a lot of mechanics within the bench, and a lot of the driving motion comes through your legs. So you'll see powerlifters like literally stomp their heels into the mat in order to get stronger lift. So that's one thing you need to focus on when expanding your lift. And with the training program, we'll cover that more in a second. With training programs, and especially with the reps being lower, you want to expand your rest time. Ideally, 3 to 5 minutes. Anything beyond 5 minutes, I find myself, I get cool. I kind of lose my momentum. I lose my drive. I start getting cold. Feel like, I can't handle the weight as well. My sweet spot is 3 to 4 minutes. But when you're training singles, doubles, and triples up to 5s, your training program should be really based on percentages, and percentages of your 1 rep max. So before you begin your program, before you begin your endeavor, find your 1 rep max and train off of that. So for instance, if your 1 rep max is 225 per se, you want to train 90%, 95% for singles, 90%, 85 to 90% for doubles, triples, 80 beyond. And you just kind of want to play around with that and find your sweet spot. If you're training 5x5, you probably want to do 65 to about 80. That'd be my recommendation. It really just depends on your muscle endurance and your strength. So you really have to kind of get to know yourself for a little bit. Also, there's a issue with a lot of people maxing out like every other week, and that it's not good for you and it's not good for your numbers. You want to max out maybe once every 1 to 2 months. And once you get to higher weight, you want to start maxing out with doubles and triples. So finding your 2 rep max, your 3 rep max, it's a lot better, it's a lot safer, and you don't always need a spotter. Although if you have a spotter, it's best to train with a spotter probably once you get above 225, because anything can happen. You see those videos of people tearing pecs. It's not nice. And if you do that by yourself, you're in a tight spot. Second, if you're trying to build a bigger bench, you have to start incorporating new and different exercises. Novelty is the spice to gains. It is highly slept on, but novelty is what your muscles will respond quickly, building more and more strength. So right off the bat, a lot of times I'm speaking to people at the gym, I see it I see guys that are like, hey, how do I expand my bench? How do I grow my bench? And all they do is bench. You can't just bench. It'll help. There's benefits to benching. However, you can't just rely on benching if you want to build a big bench. There's a lot more. There's obviously your pecs, your delts, and your triceps. Those are the main muscles that are involved within the bench. So obviously, as we just covered, you have your compounds training at singles, doubles, triples, up to 5. You want to then, with accessories, train your triceps, your delts, and your pecs even more. That way, you are strengthening the muscle, and by strengthening each individual muscle, you're making that compound lift that much better. For building a stronger bench, I really recommend a few of these exercises to start incorporating into your routine. One, weighted dips. Obviously, if you can't do weighted dips, start with dips, but that is a great tricep builder. It's explosive. It helps build the muscle, helps build that strength. Overhead press is one of my favorites for training. It hits the triceps and the delts, both used within the bench, strengthens those. You'll find that the weight you can do on bench is not relatively close to your overhead press, in the beginning at least. But once you start developing that, your bench will go up. Another exercise I love for bench is close grip bench because it hits the triceps more. Floor press, close grip floor press are both great movements. By doing the floor press, you're really taking any momentum you could possibly garner out of your legs or your back arch out of the equation. So it's just focusing strictly on the pecs, triceps, and delts. If you don't already include these in your routine, like I said before, novelty is the spice to gains. It will pick it up quickly. So you might struggle at the beginning. Once you get the form down, you start building weight. Your body will respond so positively. Novelty is the best. It's amazing. You have to find ways to make lifting novel, and by doing that, you are increasing your body's adaptation, hence increasing your muscle build. Third, with any endeavor to build muscle, build strength, you have to be in a caloric surplus. You have to be consuming more calories than you're expending. By consuming more calories, especially protein, you're sending a signal to your body when matched with good programming to build muscle, to strengthen, to adapt quickly. So you want to be in a surplus of calories, and your surplus wants to be predominantly protein. Protein is obviously the drive behind building muscle. The amino acids, protein is great. It's a great macro. You need to be focusing on protein, but if you're watching this video, I assume you already know that. In terms of form for building a bigger bench, you ideally, like I said before, the number one thing people are missing out on is pushing through your legs, driving the weight through your legs. This will generate so much more power. This is something that's kind of hard to learn. It takes a couple good sessions, even more. It's something you need to focus on though, because it will increase your strength. A second issue I see is people having their shoulders too high up. You want to have them down just a little bit. A good cue for that is you want to imagine just bending the barbell, like straight up bending the barbell. And that will help bring your shoulders in, hence bringing your shoulders down. This will give you more tricep force, and it will be safer on the shoulders. A slight arch in back. You want to have not a crazy arch. If you want to build strength, you want to have a slight arch. If you want just purely numbers, you'll see those guys that are just like puffed up and have the beach ball belly. So they're just like literally benching like 2 inches opposed to a full range of motion. That can help, but that's not really strength. That's more for competing. So if you want purely strength, slight arch in your back. There's no shame in going up to the guy that's benching 405 and higher at the gym and asking him to critique your form. That guy knows his shit. Go up and talk to him, make friends with him. It's also a good benefit to be friends with people that are stronger than you. You are the average of the people you spend your time with. If you're spending more time with people that are stronger than you, you're going to learn a lot, and you're going to be able to increase your gains exponentially. And that's just good life advice. I mean, if you're trying to succeed in business, surround yourself with like-minded business people, surround yourself with people that want to grow, and then always surround yourself with someone higher than you, so you know what it takes to be at that level, and then you know what it takes to go beyond that level. It's always a great strategy whenever trying to improve in anything. So surround yourself with people that are better than you, and your bench and other areas of your life will also increase. Look, that'll wrap up the video. If you like the content, follow me on Instagram at TheSwolefitness. Follow myself on Instagram at TheEthanBrown, and show some love. We post content daily. We post some pretty good informative stuff. Get you lifting right Pretty soon we're going to be offering a workout plan for free. So if you're a beginner looking to build some strength, it's called my Base Builder workout program. Great program. And until next time, guys, I will see you. Also, check out this nasty, sexy shirt. Give you the back. It's beautiful. I don't know if you saw that, but we'll see in editing. But yeah, until next time, be 1% better each day.